hear myself through my headphones. Yes, man. Like, I feel real good about this right now. Pay attention, because you are now listening to Permission to Speak Freely.
Hey, so I was going to no intro this like I always do, but no, I'm going to switch it up for the listeners so the listeners could at least know who I'm talking to before we get it going, right? So I am talking to Sir Lunchtime, right? That's the name that you go by on social medias. What you on, Instagram?
Instagram, YouTube.
TikTok?
I got a little bit of TikTok, but not too much.
Oh, you ain't hit them on the TikTok
I
yet.
ain't
So
hit him with the
YouTube.
I ain't hit him with the TikTok yet.
So Sir Lunchtime, also known as OSC Maurice Gibson, right? Also known as Reese. Where you at? Where you stationed at right now?
San Diego.
Okay, where at?
Yeah. ATG, 32nd Street.
How is inspection life? How is it to be an inspector, man? That's like the enemy, ain't it?
So I mean, at first, on the other side, because we always on the other side of it at first.
Yeah.
We was the ones getting inspected. So we definitely looked at them as the enemy.
Right.
But now, since I'm on the other side, I look at it as now I'm giving back. So now I get to train the fleet, just like how the other ATG assessors treated me and trained me when I was coming up. Now I just get to pay it forward and give their training back, especially to the young sailors, because you would be surprised how many young sailors are not getting the training that we got when we came in. So I feel like the training aspect of the fleet has really started to lack. So being able to give back and, put my little footprint on it in little ways that I can, it definitely means a lot.
What you think? It ain't enough time for them to get that training from their chains of commands?
I wouldn't say it's time. It's definitely time to get trained. I really just think it's the mindset. I just think it's a lot of laziness going around now, actually. And then the sailors that's coming in now have a really short attention span. So you got to be able to catch somebody's attention right off the bat. If not, you lost it. So I really think it's a mixture of that.
Yeah, hey, I want to shout out to my brothers and sisters in the offices and everybody that's in like ATG or any inspection team. We had some inspectors come through my command recently and they was like a little nervous. I'm like, yo, look, y'all, we love y'all. We embrace y'all. We always talk about get real, get better, right?
Mm-hmm.
We want to see what's wrong. We want to kind of, so anybody that's making inspectors for like the enemy in 2024, man, it's time to grow up.
Oh, yeah, you got to let that go. We just started to do a job and train to make sure that y'all getting ready to go on deployment with all the tools that you need to succeed.
Yeah, man. Now, I will say this, though, man, because we was talking about time, right? I remember having inspectors on board, our people on board for like some assist look or something like that at the programs. And I remember just being so busy with ship duties that I like, it was like they had to catch me, man. And I ain't want to be like that. Like, I ain't want to be so busy that I ain't have time for the guys. And they like, well, look, I'm about to go train your guys. I'm about to go do this. I'm about to go do that.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, yo, I try to hurry up and get down there for like 5 minutes. So it's like, hey, I'm going to be there for this training. Then last minute, I got to go somewhere else and, do something else. So, I mean, I be thinking it's a mixture of both, man. Like, some of us be so busy in the day-to-day, even if we got visitors, we still so busy we don't got enough time to be good hosts, right?
Yep.
And then, like you said, some people just don't know it either, man.
Yeah, some people just
don't know it.
If you don't know what you don't know, that's what they say.
Yeah, man. And it's crazy, though, to have people visit your ship to, like, train your people.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So and also one thing that I also have seen is that most of the time when there's a big inspection coming up, nobody knows that it's happening. Like a lot of people, only the higher ups know that it's happening. Everybody else, it doesn't trickle down. So it's definitely a lack of communication that's going on as well.
Bro, I did a check-in today. And I asked the seller, I said, are you ready to go to war? Right? Because I'm like, why'd you join? He like, I want money for school. I want to do boom. I'm like, are you ready to go to war, man? And on my desk is the CNO's nav plan because it just, like, she just put it out on the 18th. So I got the one pager for it, right? The little poster for it. And I showed him, I'm like, look at this, man. Indo-Pacific 2027, potential war with China. I'm like, this is what I'm looking at. You know what I mean? Are you ready for this or whatever? And, he was like, yeah, I mean, if I gotta be, I gotta be. But because I always feel like, the last couple of places I've been, and when I would bring that up to my sailors, at the level that I was at, they would like seem surprised.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
Like, man, we could go to war. Like,
yes. Oh yeah. Yeah. China not playing. China is not playing with us.
Yeah, and I just finished reading this book called Chip War, and it's about them chips that Taiwan like got the ability to make, right? So America, we could design them, but Taiwan got the ability to make these damn chips. Yeah. And they like responsible for like, hey, y'all, this is a podcast, so these numbers about to be bullshit. They responsible for like 90% of the chips that's getting made throughout the world. So China, outside of the sovereign, territory and all that stuff, I think China want a little handle on them chips, man.
Oh yeah, they do. China definitely, they always got their hand in the pot because they know we got to come through there. They know these things. Like, so when we go over there to 7th Fleet and in those area operations over there, they know we there. So they definitely got their hand on the pulse and they not playing with us. Like all the times that we're lazy and not taking things serious, they calculating, very calculated. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we be slipping in public a whole lot, yo. Speaking of slipping in public, Puff, man.
Hey, Puff is slipping. Literally,
it's over for him, bro.
He's slipping on all that baby oil. All 1,000 bottles of it.
Yeah, man. It's over for him, man.
It's a wrap.
I can't see him seeing the light of day.
Oh yeah, once the video dropped of what he did to Cassie, it was over. Up until then, with that little fake ass apology, I feel like he had to say that, to try to save some face.
Apology.
That was one of the worst apologies ever. He didn't even say her name. he didn't even say her motherfucking name. So I think once he settled with the lawsuit, once he paid that right off the rip, it was a wrap. And then once that video dropped, it was definitely a wrap after that.
He paid that right off the rip.
He paid it quick, with the quickness, quick 30 mil or whatever it was. He paid it so quick.
Yeah, he did not. Yeah, it's over for him, man. I think he done. I don't think he ever coming home. They denied his bail.
Yep.
It's over for. They got when they grabbed him, because he ain't the type of dude that you just grab, on a whim.
No.
When they grabbed him, they had everything they needed.
They knew
he not coming.
They had it. He gonna get the R. Kelly treatment.
Yeah. And they saying life. They saying life for him.
Life.
He might I think R. Kelly got 30 or something like that.
Yeah, that's damn near life.
For
life.
Kelly,
they ain't gonna let him out like Bill. They let Bill out. They ain't gonna let Puff out.
I heard somebody slap Bill with a chicken patty, man. I heard somebody slap Bill with a chicken patty, bro. They had to let Bill out.
They had to let Bill up out of there. Yeah, that was from the roofie him. For real, real quick.
I heard R. Kelly got beat real bad when he was in jail.
I heard he got
when he first got in there.
I heard he got stabbed up. Something bad. Damn, yeah, I heard something happened to him. Yeah, and then with Puff, he better hope that they don't do him like Jeffrey Epstein got done.
Yeah.
Because
Jeff
him
on suicide watch right now.
Got him on suicide watch. Jeff knew secrets on everybody. And the same thing with Puff. Puff knows secrets. And they killed Epstein. Somebody got in there and killed him for real.
Yeah. Hey, late trigger warning, y'all. Sorry. Late trigger warning. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
Hey, before we go any forward, right? Because we're going to get into what you do, man. Because what you do is pretty interesting. So I can't wait to talk about that. But I do want to talk about this. And I'm not going to dig too deep into it, y'all. But it is a new BAH nav admin out, the 19224. I personally love it because right now where I work, I don't get paid the BAH for where I live, right? So I had to like lose I think it's like $600, like when I got the orders I'm at now. And with the baby and everything we got going on, we can't afford that, man.
Yeah.
The damn daycare costs about as much as my house mortgage. Then on top of that, we dealing with the childcare aware. And like I already said, I ain't going to say too much about childcare aware because y'all helping us out. So I ain't going to dig into y'all too hard, right? But they got a cap. Their cap is $1,800. So whatever they give you, they giving you with a maximum $1,800. So we getting about, just for perspective, right? I don't even want to get too deep into this, but we getting a $930 kind of voucher from Childcare Aware. So Childcare Aware taking care of $930 of childcare, the daycare, right? But they raised our daycare like $300 recently, right? And we went, and our daycare already costs more than $1,800. It's already more than $1,800. So they raised it $300. So we like, hey, can y'all recalculate? Let's, take some more, a little bit off, because they raised it. They like, nope, we only take off based off a max $1,800 cap. So if you're going to daycare anywhere that costs more than $1,800, then it don't even matter. Childcare, we're only hitting at $1,800. Damn near every daycare for a kid our age is more than $1,800, man.
Mm-hmm.
You're not really gonna find no, situation. Like I said, childcare where I'm gonna leave y'all alone. I don't want to smoke because y'all helping us out a little bit. You know what I mean?
So with the cap, do you got to pay out of pocket the rest?
Yeah, we pay out of pocket. So we was already paying out of pocket when we first put her in daycare. It's like the whole thing, right? It's a lot. It ain't cheap, right? It's a lot. So we like, all right, we gonna do, soon as we put her in, we knew about childcare aware. So we gonna sign up, hey, for the young sellers or whoever, if you don't know about it, you can get help paying for your daycare. And we already prepped for this to be a long process, a bunch of emails back and forth. Them sending an email like, hey, you got to get this done in the next 2 hours, else you're not going to, like all that stuff happens. So we was prepared for that. So we get all this childcare aware stuff done. Then the daycare messed around and raised, right after we finally get the childcare aware done, it's like 4 months into her being in daycare, the daycare messed around and raised the amount. You know what I mean? So then childcare, we're like, hey, we can't do nothing about that because we max out at an $1,800 cost anyway. So if your daycare costs more than $1,800, it don't even matter. You getting this $930. So we already getting the maximum that they could give us. So our daycare could go up another $1,000. They only gonna give us the $930.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah. So, hey, appreciate y'all for the little bit we do get. I ain't gonna act ungrateful. I appreciate y'all for the little bit y'all giving us. I wish we could get a little bit more.
Nah, I agree with you. They hurting the pockets with that.
Yeah, bro. And the daycare ain't cheap, man. So with the daycare, the mortgage, my commute, I got like a 40-minute commute back and forth and stuff like that. And I always say like geo-batching, me personally, this is something I personally say. Geo-batching is not always a choice. It's not always the family's choice, in my opinion, right? We could say it is by like, by somebody's standard, it probably is, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes the family dynamic is not built the way that y'all can just pick up and move. Your wife, your kids, whoever can't just pick up and move. That's not the way families work.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I don't think geo-batching is always a choice. Me and one of my homegirls was at Pride Day last week when we had our Pride Day over here. And I told her, I was like, yo, I'm about to go off about this BAH bullshit, man. Cause she was like, yo, she's about to move somewhere. Like she about to go to like the Norfolk area and she live in a DC area and BAH a whole lot cheaper.
Oh yeah.
But her family got to stay in the DC area. Her family got to stay there, kids. There's things happening, like daughters in like a program and doing stuff. So she like, yo, bro, please do it. I'm like, yo, I'm about to go off, man. So I was getting ready. I was getting my notes ready and all that. I don't know if somebody heard us talking, but this NAV admin dropped, bro. NAV admin, like I said, 19224. It says authorizes sellers to collect BAH for housing based on their dependent's location when they execute PCS orders and choose to leave their dependents at the previous duty station in the continent of the United States. So CONUS, Alaska, and Hawaii. And that's effective October 1st, 2024. In order to qualify for BAH at dependent's location, the dependent must be in CONUS, Alaska, or Hawaii, and located in the vicinity of the previous permanent duty station or previously approved dependent location, right? So that's good, man. I'll quick read a POD note. Living separately from your dependents, NAV admin 19224 allows sellers to receive BAH based on their dependent's location in CONUS. Again, that's the same thing. It says if the dependent remains at the previous duty station. For more information, read the whole NAV admin, right? It says, I live separate from my dependents. Is it mandatory that I live in government quarters? No, you don't have to. I live separate from my dependent. Can I retroactively receive BAH? It says approve under this authority. It can be no earlier than October 1st, 2024. So boom, people like me, people like my homegirl, we can now get BAH for where our family lives, man. And that's what it is. Because I work in Annapolis and I live in the DC area. And BH is so much more over here where I live than it is in Annapolis. And I've been getting Annapolis BH since I got to my command, bro. And when you build your life up, well, you know, we've been surviving. You know what I mean? But when you build your life up, you know, you kind of need that. You know,
you got way more expenses. You know, the older you get, you know, you got a lot of more people to take care of. You know, you got more bills to take care of. So I agree with that. And I remember back in the day, this situation right here, BH used to be. It was quick just to route a check, and you can get BH based off of your dependent's location. It used to be a thing. Then they did away with it. I don't know what they did.
Why, right?
Tell me why.
Because people was wilding. people was wilding, bro. Like people was getting married. You know why, bro? Like, people was like, doing that. My wife living. What's the most expensive joint? Like
San Francisco.
San Fran. My wife is San Fran, bro.
Yeah.
You find a random girl from San Fran, like, yo, marry me.
Yeah. They was doing that.
People started watching them like a hawk. Like, yo, when the last time you talked to your wife, man?
That quick contract marriage. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But it's like I always said, like the geo bachelors, right? So geo bachelor is not an official term, right? It's just like something they use just to kind of, you know, help us out. But it don't be no love. Geo bachelors don't get no love, bro.
No. You got to be the resident assistant over in the barracks and shit like that.
You can't always be that. You can't always, like, I got people hitting up my command now, like trying to be RAs. And our UH we got too many RAs. You know what I mean? So they can't, they like, yo, I'm only going to be there for X amount of time. And I want to say, you know, as a brother, as whatever, I want to be like, yeah, you know, you come to the barracks, boom, boom, boom. But I'm not really, I can't do that. You know what I mean? Like it's no room for no more RAs. So we can't just move you into the barracks and stuff like that. It's legalities. It's like, you know, so now you got to go find somewhere to live.
That's
you know
true.
what I mean? And it ain't I was in that same predicament. I was on my way to my command. I was going to live on a ship, but the ship was about to go to the yards. So, you know, I had talked to my departmental LCPO. He like, hey, we about to go to the yards with like a lot of the new regulations and stuff. If you go RCOH, you can't live on a ship. He like, yo, you can't live on a ship. You got to move off the ship. I'm like, damn. You know, so then I had to go on a wait list to be a RA, you know, try to get a room, you know, by the grace of God, I got up in a room and I was a RA, but I ain't, you know, personally didn't want to be an RA. Like, I don't think you kind of choose that.
Yeah.
I did the job, but I ain't, you know, it wasn't like, yeah, I can't wait to be an RA. You know what I'm saying?
No. It's really just a sacrifice, really.
Yeah, it's not the best job in the Navy, bro. I was talking to my RAs the other day. I'm like, look, man, I know what y'all going through. I was just doing this. You know what I mean? This is not the best. You're away from your family. You're on duty on the weekends. You're away from your family. You're at work every day. Yeah. You got to travel when it's time to go home. I was traveling, bro, from 2 o'clock in the morning. I would leave my house at 2 in the morning on Monday. On Monday, bro. 2 in the morning to get back to work. Because I was working in Norfolk. I leave the crib 2 in the morning. Still cranking out pods for the listeners. Still had them pods coming for y'all.
We appreciate it too. We appreciate it.
Yeah, man. So
that
was what I was going through.
And I feel like being an RA, you like a glorified babysitter at times too. Sometimes, you know.
Yeah, it all depends on your floor, your people. Like what I did was I would let them know who I was, man. Like I go like, you know, they like, hey, go talk to your people. I never did it like in the hallway. Like I never did it in the hallway. It's just not my character to just be like, yo, I'm your RA, man. But when I went and I inspected their rooms, you know, I'm like, hey man, look, I'm the RA. If y'all need anything, come talk to me, you know. And after you kind of invite yourself into people like that, they will reach out. You know, we had like that dude with like a health problem one day. I had to help him. We had one dude who lost his card. Bro, I was so inconvenienced, man. It was like 12. I was so inconvenienced, but I got up out I got up on my bed, man. I thought about it, yo. When I was a junior seller, man. Like,
oh yeah.
I wish somebody would have looked out for me, and I drove them, you know, to the place to get the cards, you know, parked the car and hooked them up, man. You know, we take care of our people. You know, whether you tired or not. I was tired as hell.
Yeah. You're gonna show love though. Take care of them little junior sailors.
Yeah, we had a dude, man. I probably said it on a pod. One of the dudes stole a TV out the lounge. You know, it was stuff like that going on.
And put it in his room?
Man. Put it in his room, man. He put it in his room. Yeah, put it in his room, man.
Yeah,
they found it. They found it too.
Wow, probably had serial numbers on the stand and all that.
Yeah. They got his ass.
Yeah.
And I don't even think he got kicked out for that. Because that's the thing too. If you're shipping RCOH, you can't get kicked out. like where you gonna go?
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
So now you like John Gotti in the bags, bro. Like your room don't ever gotta be clean. You Teflon, man.
Teflon. Yeah.
It don't make no sense, man. Hey, but that's the first of two of the nav admins that I wanted to get into. The other one I ain't gonna get deep into. I am gonna hit up that Uniform Matters office CMC one of these days. Hey, bro, I want you on the pod, man. I was scared to hit you up today, but I'm gonna hit you up soon, man. We gotta get you on the pod. If you're a woman or bro, I don't know if you're a woman or man, so I apologize. But nav admin 19424, a bunch of different changes with the uniform policy. I ain't gonna get into them. All I'm gonna say is this: the ladies win again. the women, y'all got it again, man. Y'all win again. It is some other stuff with like RDCs and career counselors and badges, ID badges and post-tour badges and stuff like that. But what the ladies got, right, and I think it's much needed, it's the size modernization program, right? And it's a multi-phase program. It's a 5-year program and stuff like that. Phase 1 is, it says phase 1 of that size modernization program is concerned about officers and chiefs, service and dress slacks, skirts, shirts and blouses. Phase 2 would be E1 through E6. And the reason why I say like that's much needed is because I've been at uniform, like chief uniform fittings where like some of these women, especially like the curvy ones, man, they be having a hard time, man. But like none of those uniforms fit. They got to get measurements and, you know, you got to move this here, but the waist need to be here and all that. So they finally getting that right. So I can't knock them for that. I just know the fellas want the bears, bro.
Hey, we want the bears. We want the bears. You know, we don't have to go to medical to, you know, have to get this taken care of. We just want to rock a beard. That's it.
Yeah, the dude still want. I was even asking like, well, what about shore duty? I was asking somebody some questions the other day about it. Like, yo, well, what about just shore duty? I can't just rock the beard on shore duty. It's like, nah, man.
Nah.
So I know that's what the guys want. That's what all the guys talk about. So,
that's it.
You know.
Because ladies, they can rock the dreads now. You know, they got the
ladies
dreads.
Good, bro.
Oh, can we get the beard going?
Hey, they about to let the ladies wear civilian clothes.
It's coming. You know, they got the earrings. They done changed the earrings up on us. You know, they get to wear all the diamonds and studs and all of that. You know, we just want a beard.
They about to tell the ladies, just wear a khaki color or blue color. Yeah. We don't care what you wear. Wear civilian.
Yeah. Just make it look within bounds of your skin tone.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I had a seller hit me with that the other day too. Like, hey, see, natural color. She started naming these crazy wild colors. Purple's a natural color. I'm like, yo, no, it ain't.
No, it ain't.
Like, depending on what kind of. I'm like, yo, let me get you. And it's funny because the lady chiefs never like being like hit up to help lady sell. I ain't gonna say never like, but it's some lady chiefs that be like, don't hit me up to help your lady seller. Like it's like, yo, I'm a bald headed dude. Like I don't even got here. Like I need somebody to come talk some, you know, some logical. I'm on a deck plate experience stuff with my young seller that's asking me all these questions about hair, man.
I don't know nothing about lashes. You know, these girls, these women sellers now, they coming in with the lashes. Yeah, you know, some of them be too thick, and some of them looking like little caterpillars on their eyes. You know, I'm like, yo, what's going on? I know that's not within standards. You ain't gonna tell me it is. I know it ain't. You know, so yeah, I really wish the female chiefs really would help out a little bit more instead of giving that response that they gave you. Yo, help me out, because like you said,
you know,
I ain't got no hurt.
You heard that before, right? I ain't tripping, right? You know
I've heard it. Like, I've heard it. Don't call me. Ask me about your female sailors. Yeah, I hear it all the time.
They be offended like by that too. Like, yo, it's like, damn. Like if you hit me up about the dude, like I ain't gonna be mad at you.
I
like,
ain't gonna be mad at you
about the dude. Like, I'm gonna help you out.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and then the nails is getting kind of crazy again with the ladies. So yeah, I know what's going on.
Yeah, and my thing don't be I could quote the instruction. I could talk to you about the instruction. I normally want my sellers to get an example of a leader that been through it, that they could relate to. Like, girl, I love your hair, but I wanted my hair like this too, but this what I had to do type, situation to talk to it on like a ground level.
Yeah.
I could quote an instruction like, any day. I could pull it out. I could highlight it. You know what I mean? But we need that ground level conversation, communication.
Yeah, I need to be able to read the instruction and then have somebody here that you can see so you can really see exactly that example, like you said. Yeah, it really boils down to that example.
Another thing I saw that's going on is I talked to my CFS the other day. So I just, every now and then I call it doing my rounds, where I go around to like most of the entities at my command. I try to do it every week. Recently, life just kind of took me out of being able to do it every week, plus the season, right? But so the other day, I'm like, man, let me make sure I get out and talk to all my people. I don't go 2 weeks. I never go like 2 weeks without talking to people. So I go talk to my CFS, and I'm talking about my Fleet and Family CFS. And she telling me about these predatory loan apps now on the phone. So not payday loan, like services, places to go, but apps on the phone that people could download. She told me this story about a seller. He took out $600. You know how much he had to pay back, bro? $4,000 off a $600 loan. Yeah, he had to pay back $4,000. So then she like, my hands is tied. Like now I'm doing these financial plannings. She's like, I don't know, what to do here, right? And that was just an example of one seller. So then she pulled up like this website to show me all the apps. It's like 200 apps. Damn. It's like 200 different loan apps. So I'm like, so a seller could download more than one of these apps. She like, yeah, they could download more than one app. And then it's like you probably getting a loan to pay off a loan with more interest than the last loan, right? And she like, a lot of times, when I start doing a budget planning with them, they don't come back. So they leave and they ashamed.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, bro. And I think I don't think it's just where I work, right? So she,
oh no,
yeah, she pushed that up to the finance people, like I guess big Navy finance people, and the way the dude responded, I don't want to quote it because I got to be responsible on this podcast. But the way the dude responded, it sounds like it's a bigger problem than just where I work, and they're trying to address it on like a higher level. But for the people out there listening, whether you a young seller, old seller, be aware that it's a lot of predatory loan apps giving cash advances and loans to sellers and taking advantage. She said that the interest rates are anywhere between 300% and 1,000%, bro.
That's crazy. That is crazy. So do sailors not know that they can go to Navy, Marine Corps, Relief Society and get that loan?
They done washed them out already, bro. They done did it 4 times, she's saying. She's saying they done went 4 times. She like, they already got all of them. Because after you go a couple times, you can't keep going back. For like the quick assist and all that, you can't continue to go back. So she like, they didn't use the quick assist. They didn't use the Relief Society. They didn't got everything that they could get, bro. You know what I mean?
Man. So I really think that we need to start teaching financial literacy, because I really wish somebody would have did that for me when I first came in. Because I remember when I first came in, I think it was Armed Forces Bank, and really all they really talked about was TSP and things like that, and that was it. So there's really no classes teaching young sailors how to manage their money. I think that should be something that should be incorporated somewhere in boot camp or somewhere in A school, so that when they hit the fleet, they at least have some clue of where they need to be and the things that they need and the resources that's available to them. Because some of the resources I didn't know until I was in debt that these resources were available to me.
Yeah, bro. I done done it all, bro. I done had liens on my account.
Yeah.
I done did the quick assist joint. I done hit the gas station at like 12 o'clock, bro, like 11 o'clock right before the paycheck hit.
Yep.
Only had 5 in there, but I know they're going to hook me up and give me all the gas. I did all that, man.
All of it.
You know what I mean? And I did
I
did the other side of it all too. Like, got the credit up, did that. But.
Yeah. I remember I used to go to the little check cashing spot and get the payday loans. I used to do that too. But then I didn't realize that they were taking advantage of us at the time. But I was definitely check after check after check going there getting payday loans, having to pay them back with the interest on top of that.
Yeah. And one of the things that I do want to say though, man, because we talk about the necessity to have like financial literacy training and all that. One of the things I do want to say is, from the point of view I have now, Fleet and Family is they giving training like 2 days a week, bro. On like every entity of Fleet and Family is pushing some type of training out like 2 days a week, man. From FAP to CFS to sexual stuff to capstone and planning and family. Yeah. It's so much training going out. Yeah. And I go and I talk to my Fleet and Family sometime and I'm like, hey, how many people showed up to this budget training? And they like, 2 people.
Little to none.
And that's area wide, bro. Like multiple commands.
Yep.
Like 2 people showed up.
Yep. Fleet wide.
Yeah. And so it's people, and then they doing like, and I know some of this stuff is going on during like working hours and stuff like that. But most of these entities, especially like if Millington do something or if your RegCom do something or something, a lot of these entities, they going to do something during the day and they going to do something at night. So they going to have like 2 webinars. But it's webinars for everything, bro. It's weekly webinars for drug and alcohol. But we got to utilize these things. We got to promote them better. We got to like educate people a little bit better because this shit is available, man.
It's definitely available. It's just that some sellers just don't know. And I say it's up to us in the mess to really trickle that down and put it out to the masses, because it definitely starts with us because, the CEOs, they're going to say it, but nobody's really listening to that. We got our hand on the pulse of our sellers because we see them every day. So we definitely need to push that out a lot more than what we are.
Yeah, and I think like not the mess, as I say we, right? And I'm just saying we right now, period. I just think we got to do a better job at driving shit home sometimes, right? Because even me, at my last command, for instance, the carrier, I had a conversation with my first classes, I think, and I was like, if an all hands email come out, I'm going to assume that y'all going to look at it and y'all going to talk about it, right? If it's an all hands email. Now, if it's an email to all the like LCPOs of the divisions, I'm going to push that out and I'm going to push the information out. But if it's all hands, I'm assuming y'all going to talk about it or y'all don't care about it. But then on the other hand, I also knew that my sellers wasn't looking at their emails every day. Like I knew that. So they wasn't going to catch those all hands emails anyway. You know what I mean? So I have to now, and I should have been then doing a better job at translating some of that information if I wanted people to, a lot of times people see that and they like, oh, here we go again. They get punch drunk with like everything the Navy got to offer. And they don't even take their time to really look through it. Like, oh, nah, that's the before you have a baby class. Like I should have went to that. Like I be saying I should have went to that joint. You know what I mean? It was things I ain't know about after you had. I ain't know like after you had a baby, like it's yours. like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, she yours, yo. It's on y'all. Like I'm thinking the doctor's gonna give us like a, like a little spot check or something. Like, y'all, like we gonna sit over y'all or y'all figure it's like, this y'all baby. We gonna come here every couple hours, check some vitals, but this on y'all. Even the first time we had to wash her up. They like, we gonna show y'all how to wash her up. Then when we get there, they like, we ain't showing y'all. Y'all
go
like this.
Hey, you gotta learn that. You gotta learn that right from scratch. Yeah.
So we definitely need people to kind of help. We need to do more of that. Again though, is it a timing thing? Do we like not have enough time to sit down and do all this stuff, man?
I kind of blame. So I've been in the Navy since 2003. So I've seen the tide change from the flip phone to the phone that we have now. And I think the technology has made people not want to have time. if that makes sense. Because everybody's in such a rush to run, to get on their phone, to do this and do that, So the advent of the technology and the social media has changed the mindset of a lot of these new sailors that's coming in. And then for us, we get stuck because we want to push. And sometimes we get a lot of pushback from those young sailors doing that, So we got to find like a common ground to meet.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. We'll hopefully we figure it out. I mean, I think forums like this are like other places. I think people get information from them, so they can't stop. Those kind of forums can't stop. So I appreciate everybody out there that has a forum like that, right?
Yeah, most definitely.
Hey, everybody that's putting 2 S's on MFAS, y'all need to stop, man. That's nasty.
Nasty work.
That's nasty work, yeah. It's only 1 S. It's 2 A's, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to pull my man at my command. I'm gonna have to pull him to the side next week, man, to say, "Hey, man, you guys stop with the 2 S's."
Yeah.
I know you see the ass of MFAS and think it's ass like ASS. Nope. It's not.
Nope.
Baby. It's
2 A's.
It's FAAS, man.
Yep.
Y'all gotta stop. Y'all be putting that shit out on an email to the whole command. You know what I mean?
I see it.
Yo,
update your info ass.
Y'all need to stop that.
Yeah.
Man. That ain't how
right.
it go, man. Man, hey, let's get into you a little bit, man. So let's start off like this, though. Now, I ain't even gonna start. I'm gonna start off like this instead.
Let me get ready because I know I'm about to talk. Let me get my lip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get right into you, man. It's funny. I can't wait to, at some point, I guess I gotta wait till Damon and Teach come back, but I want to talk about me being at the damn Pride Day and somebody telling me that, somebody saying what's up. They recognize me from the podcast. And they're like, my man from the pod. Let me dap you up before you get kicked out. I'm like,
that's
kicked out. Like, that's how I'm moving out here. Like I'm moving like I'm gonna get kicked out soon.
Oh yeah.
But
they just let you know the people seeing you. You reaching them. Showing love.
One dude hit me from like halfway down the field. He said,
"Yeah."
He walked over. He was like, "Yeah, I know." I'm like, "Yo, what's up, baby? Like how we doing, man? We good." And I'm a little introvert a little bit, so but I love seeing people like out places that listen and check everything out. It's kind of cool. I know you probably the same. What and what you do.
Yeah, I'm starting to get it a lot.
Yeah, and it's always good to feel that, man. It's good to feel like. Just to know whatever you're doing is being seen or heard or something like that. Sometimes you don't know. Like the internet is okay. Like you see that you got views and you see that you got likes, but sometimes you still don't like who the fuck is watching and liking this.
Yeah,
stuff? You know what I mean. So what you do is it called food influencer? What is it called?
I just call it food reviews, but we can call it food critic, food reviews, food taster. So I do all of that.
Yeah, and that's under the Sir Lunchtime moniker.
That's under Sir Lunchtime. Yeah, most definitely.
And when did you start?
I started this last June.
Okay,
June 2023. So I always been a foodie. Coming from St. Louis, and St. Louis is big on food. We love our food. So I've been a foodie probably since the age of 3. And coming from St. Louis, it was always Chinese food. Chinese food is king. St. Louis got some of the best Chinese food in the world, in my opinion. So I'm growing up 2-3 years old, eating boxes of shrimp fried rice, pork fried rice, all of that, crab ragoon, so translate that to years later, so I'm seeing people on social media doing food reviews and things like that. And I'm like, yo, I think I could do that, but I always kind of sold myself short, thinking, nah, I can't do it. I don't know how to edit videos, so, I would always, downplay myself until one day I was like, hey, you know what? Fuck it. I'm finna do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna just put myself out there and try. And I'm definitely glad I did because, one thing it did was it broke me out of my comfort zone. So I had to get comfortable being uncomfortable, so I really appreciate that. And just the feedback that I've been getting from that, man, it's crazy. So like you said, I'm going on these ships doing inspections and I'm getting stopped. Hey, Chief, ain't you the guy from Instagram doing the food reviews? I say, yeah. So, and that's definitely a real good feeling, knowing that you're being seen and, people liking it and taking to it. So, I definitely appreciate all of that, all the love and support that I've been getting the last year and a half.
Yeah, and you've been rocking for a year and a half, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Was it any like certain like video that you saw, like a noticeable, like for the first time, like a certain video that you saw a noticeable kind of growth? Or did it just start from the first video you posted?
It really started from the first video that I posted. People wasn't expecting it, so I kind of just hit people out of left field with it. So ever since then, but it has just definitely taken up. But I definitely say that the Taco Tuesday videos are definitely the ones that really, really, really got it going. I was able to show a little bit more personality, so people really look forward to the Taco Tuesdays, definitely.
Yeah, and that's San Diego, right? Like, most of what you're doing is operating out of San Diego, right?
Yeah, all San Diego, yeah.
Yeah, so that's San Diego love. Hey, shout out to y'all. Like, that's probably our widest audience, because that's where we started, right? We started in San Diego.
Yeah.
We used to be together, too. It wasn't like over the computer or nothing. Mm-hmm. So we started live in San Diego. I'm going to go back real quick. We're going to go back. Before we get back here, we're going to go back for a second. So from St. Louis to the Navy, right?
Yep.
And you said in 2003?
2003.
Okay, 2003. So that's the year that 50 Cent dropped Get Rich or Die Trying, February 6th, 2003.
Senior year of high school. I remember that boy set it on fire. Yeah.
Yeah, February 6th, 2003, right? So what made you join?
So growing up in St. Louis, it was kind of hard, so I had from 15 to 18, I had about 7 jobs. My first job was Six Flags. Worked at the ballpark. I worked at a spot called the Pasta House. I worked at the mall in Dillard's. I was a janitor. I worked at Burger King, and I got fired from all of them. Like every single last one of them I got fired from. So my mom's, she was always on my ass. So she would always tell me, you know what, you ain't gonna be shit when you grow up. You ain't gonna do nothing. You don't want to listen to nobody. You ain't gonna be nothing. So she said, you just gonna flip burgers all your life and drop French fries. And she know they used to get under my skin a lot. So one day I said, you know what, I'm gonna show you. So back in the day, they used to send the postcards, to the crib, in the mail with the Navy, Coast Guard, So I had them all up on my mirror, on my dresser. So one day I just said, you know what, I'm gonna show your ass today. So I grabbed the Navy recruiting card, called the number on the back, and he said, hey, I'll never forget him. PO2 pulling. I'll never forget him. Filipino guy. And he came to the house the very next day. And my mom's that day, she said, take him. And so I was in the DEP program for my whole senior year. Before my senior year of high school even started, I was in the DEP program. So I knew I was going to the Navy my whole senior year of high school.
So what made you stay in the Navy?
It was really all I knew. So I didn't feel comfortable getting out, going into the unknown, so, and then the money started to get good. Once I hit E5, it was to the moon after that, so I didn't feel comfortable getting out, trying to look for something when I was already stable with what I had going on.
Yeah. So you was an OS, right?
So that's a funny story. So I came in undesignated.
Okay.
I came in undesignated, airman on the Nimitz, working in V2, working on top of the flight deck. It was too hot for that shit. So I said, hey, I need a cross rate, so I cross rated to yeoman, so I was a yeoman for about 4 or 6 years, between 4 to 6 years. But then I got caught up in the ERB. So then when I got caught up in the ERB, they said, hey, you can either get out, because I was at my higher tenure. So they said, you can get out, you can be a CS on subs, or you could be an OS. And I said, I'm definitely not being a CS on the motherfucking sub. So I'll take the OS. So for the last 14 years, I've been an OS. And
that's like the easiest decision ever.
No, that's easy. That's easy.
I've never heard a decision that easy.
That was easy. That was a layup. They gave me the oop.
Yeah. Hey, you could be a CSO subs, OS, anywhere.
Yeah. Thank you. That's easy.
That's crazy, bro. That's funny as shit. Yeah. Hey, so you OS now, you said 14 years, OS. What was your, what's the most adversity you feel like you faced in your career?
2015, I went to Mass. 2015, went to Mass right after I made first class. So I feel like if it wasn't for that, I definitely would have made Chief first time up. But that setback right there, and it forced me to take a look at myself. So I actually think it's the best thing that happened to me in my career, because I had to take that step back, reevaluate the things I was doing, the people I was hanging around and things like that. Because up until that point, I really wasn't taking the Navy serious. It was kind of just coasting, but going to Mass, getting that suspended buzz, getting that restriction, it kind of put things into perspective for me. So I would say around 2015 is when I really started to hit the ground running, to try to gain that the lost ground that I was making up.
Yeah, and you feel like you needed that, huh?
I needed that setback. I definitely needed that setback, because I definitely had lost track of a lot of things. Perspectives was going out the window, so I kind of lost my way a while for about 3 or 4 years. I was drinking heavily and things like that. So it definitely made me sit down for a minute to put things in perspective.
Did you feel like that in real time, or like that's hindsight?
No, definitely in real time it happened to me, because I said, hey, wait a minute. Because when somebody take $1,800 from you, that'll wake your ass the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? So definitely getting that money taken from me, restriction, having to go down in the engine rooms, because it was on a small board, so I did all my 30-30 down in the engine room, hot as hell over there in Bahrain and Fifth Fleet. So I had nothing but time to reflect and think on the things that I did. So so that definitely whipped me into shape, man. So anybody out there that ever went to Mass, anything like that, it's definitely not a badge of honor, but it's definitely a lesson that you can learn from in that. You just got to find your why. And then once you find your why, you can keep moving forward.
Yeah, some people need it. I was talking to a couple of my sellers today that got a little something going on. And I'm like, man, life is not perfect.
Yeah.
Like things happen. We make bad decisions. For us, we live in the military. We live our lives in the military. So we're the same if you wasn't in the military, you're going to make a mistake. Like you're going to do something especially in your 20s.
Yeah, definitely.
And I always talk about that. Like you're going to do something. You might as well go and, get whatever it is you owe. Face whatever it is you need to face. Go in it like whoever you are and step out of it with some dignity instead of trying to tuck your tail or trying to do, all that craziness, man. Yeah. And then also realize the part you play into it. Like a lot of people don't until, and that's why I asked you, like, because a lot of people don't until like later. Like, man, that was me. I could have, like I've owned now, I own all my mistakes, all my fuck ups. I own them all, bro.
Oh yeah.
Every one of them. And any new ones that come, I find a way that I played a part in.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, damn, how did I play a part in this?
You know what
I mean? I might have took that from Jocko, extreme ownership, but I do that like 100%. Man.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
what was the highest? Important.
Yeah, for sure. What was the highest point of your career you feel like that you felt?
Highest point was definitely putting on them anchors. Like that was definitely the highest, man, because having to go through that adversity, having to go through that toughness, seeing people make it, before you, that you should have made it with them or you should have made it before them, so just having that whole trajectory, busting my ass hard, so being able to see that translate and finally get to the mountaintop of putting on them anchors, man, that was definitely pure elation for me. I ain't even gonna lie to you about that.
Yeah, man. I mean, you had 3 different jobs in the Navy, right?
Yeah.
So 3 different jobs. It's hard enough going to different commands.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I was just talking to somebody about that. When you go to a new command, you starting over, at the more junior ranks, right? Up until you about chief, senior chief. As far as, and I was, so when you're a younger seller and you go to a new command, you prove like you almost like you proving yourself to the people that you work for, right? Proving your worth, how, worth might not be the best word, but like, your work ethic, like who you are. Like you're not your last 5 evals, right?
Mm-hmm.
And because I was just talking to somebody, I'm like, yo, do you show, like we should look at the people that we get evals more than we, do. Like, hey, your LCPO, you got new first class coming. Like, I don't think everybody like take a look at their evals. You know what I mean? Well, let me see who, who you are coming here.
Yep.
Right. I don't know that everybody does that. Right. But like you go where you go. And then you kind of back to square one, new command. I left for command seller of the year. I left the command seller of the year. I go to the next command within 3 months. Somebody telling me like, yo, whoever the fuck you thought you was over there, you not that person.
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean? So boom, there you go. Then the higher you go up in rank, you kind of doing that with your sellers. You know, you coming in with them looking some kind of way, and you got to prove to them that, they could trust you and stuff like that. So it's always this moment in the Navy. And I know it, I know it's coming. I feel it's coming like, yo, I'm about to go this place and be the new person again. I'm about to be the new person. Sometimes I used to be super confident. Yo, this command don't know what it got coming. You know what I mean? Like, I'm coming. I'm about to come here. Yo, I used to be like that, and I'm still like that in a way, like, oh man, like this command about to, and the crazy thing for me was, speaking on adversity, is I would always go to commands like that. I would go to commands, a high level seller, and something would always happen to humble me. You know what I mean? Like every command, especially in the leadership level, almost every command I've been to, like I go there, good reputation, like, hey, early in the game, like, oh, this dude is dependable, high level, getting things done. And then something happens. And it brings me back to like ground level, right? And I was telling somebody, I love being at ground level. I love being at square one. I love like really, really, really showing my worth, at the command. It's different now in the position I am now. I feel like what they call them, like curators. That's like but I feel like that now with what I do now. Like it's just finding the right people, having the right conversations, motivating people, inspiring people and stuff like that. It ain't as much like getting my hands and knees, especially at an installation. Like when I get back to a ship, it might be more of this, but getting my hands and knees in the mud with my people, making sure that where we were, we won't be next year. Shit that, right?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, so and that feeling of, making it, like you said, that feeling of making it. It's one of those like, this where the work really starts. For me, it was like this where the work really starts. Because I felt like, I was infiltrating, man. And that was like my to infiltrate was like my motto for a little bit. Was like, yo, I'm not supposed to be wherever I go, but I'm going to go there and I'm going to like spread whoever I am throughout. And I'm going to hopefully, inspire and stuff like that. That's how I used to look at it. Like, yo, I'm infiltrating. You know what I mean? Like, and from being junior to going in rooms that, that was more senior than me, to now being senior. And crazy thing is, going in rooms with people that's more junior than me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And getting game from them and trying to get them the little bit of game that, I got to offer. And so that's what I used to call it. Finding a way to relate to people while still finding a way to help grow people, and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Infiltration.
Oh, yeah. And shit.
I mean,
me personally, and I've had a lot of personal adversity too. So I don't know if I can share the story or whatnot, you can
share it if you want.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, most definitely. So for those who don't know, I'm adopted, so I don't know my biological parents or anything like that. So during COVID 2020, I ended up doing the 23andMe situation. So I ended up finding out who my biological mother was. So, I thought about her all my life, like, who is she? Do I look like her? Things like that. Is she dead? So I just never knew that type of information. When I fill out medical forms and things like that, I don't know my family history or what runs in my family, things like that. So I always got to put NA. So during COVID, I ended up finding her, so I was super excited, elated, so we had a conversation. And then after that conversation, she just ghosted me. You know what I'm saying? Like, didn't want anything to do with me, so that kind of put me into a down period. I don't want to say depression, but it was probably a little slight depression of, damn, like, why would I'm your firstborn, why wouldn't you want to have anything to do with me? So finally I dug myself out of that hole, but, I held on to that for a long time, so being able to fight through that and come out on the other side okay, I had good support systems in place to help me with that, so that personal adversity right there was something big for me that I was able to overcome too.
Yeah, man, that's probably something that you went through all your life, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's like a self-worth. Ain't that like a self-worth thing probably in some ages?
Oh, yeah. You definitely have feelings of I'm not good enough, feelings of rejection, so you have all of those negative mindsets and emotions running through you, definitely.
Yeah. But you got to talk to her once.
I talked to her once and only once. Yeah.
How was the conversation?
The conversation was cool. She ran through her life. So she was 15 when she had me. She said that I was basically a rape baby, so her parents, at the time, I believe they were professors and teachers, so back in 1985, it was, kind of fucked up and taboo to have, your 15-year-old daughter, pregnant. So they put me up for adoption, so, but to this day, thank God, I got two loving parents, who adopted me, at age, I was like 1 month, and they've been my moms and pops, since then, so, shout out to my moms and pops for, stepping up and taking me in, but, it still doesn't erase, the feelings I have of, my biological mother, and then her basically just shitting on me when I met, so yeah, it's the kind of fucked up, but, I come out on the other side okay.
Yeah, man, and it's one of them, it's one of them things too, where it's like birthed out of trauma, and whenever you talk to her, all those thoughts probably came back up.
Oh yeah, it all came back up. And I kind of was looking at her to kind of save me a little bit from those feelings, but so when it didn't happen the way I thought it was going to happen, it kind of fucked me up a little bit for a while. I can't lie about that. But again, like I said, I had all those support systems in place. So, thank God for them for sure.
It probably fucked her up too, man.
Oh, probably. Yeah, definitely.
Especially if it happened the way she said it happened. And she probably was like, man.
Yeah, definitely.
That probably was a lot, bro.
Yeah.
Life, man. It's funny, man. Whenever we get a guest on, man, a lot of times y'all bring up, life, man. And life is one of them things that's just, man, yo. But I was telling my wife, man, I'm celebrating every birthday,
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's. It's like, hey, 65, every year is a big year, man.
Mm-hmm.
Every single year, yo. It's a beautiful, tragic thing, like life, man. It's all of those things. Because in that story alone, right, not even for the personal part of it, in that story alone, it's like the person is looking for something and the other person is running away from something, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, running away from something that they felt that they didn't want to feel, the product of something that happened that, they regret, a trauma in their life. It's like, man, the joy we might think we bring in is a trauma to somebody, man.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
It's just crazy, bro. The way, and I'm so happy that you did find, a good family, like a real family. And that's honestly, that's probably the way God wants it to be, bro.
Yeah, probably so.
And all in God's plan, man. But that's that, Dad. You hit me with a heavy one, man.
Yeah.
A heavy one, man. Now we gotta get to the food, man.
Let's get to the food.
We gotta switch it up.
Definitely. Switch it up.
Hey, so if y'all know Reese, y'all know him at Sir Lunchtime. If y'all already follow him, And it's I want to start off like this. What's the best food spots that you've been to in San Diego?
Man, it's so many.
That's what I was thinking.
Man, it's so many. San Diego is bred for food. Like, it's just bred for food, you know.
That's food city I lived in, bro.
Being so close to Mexico, man. I mean, you definitely got the best Mexican food in the country, in my opinion. To me, you can't go wrong with no taco shop. But I tell people a little secret. You can't go wrong with any taco shop that ends in Erto. Like, you know, Ramberto, Alberto, Romberto, anything that ends in Erto, you want to hit them taco spots up, definitely. When it comes to like barbecue, it's definitely some hidden gems out here in San Diego with the barbecue.
I'm gonna name some of mine, right? Because I was putting together a list when I was getting ready for this episode, right? And for the listeners, that's the only thing I did for prep, y'all. Yeah. We just linked up like 2 days ago. This all just happened. This all just happened. Y'all wasn't about to even get an episode because Tish had to go. Damon ain't around. So really, like, Reese saved me. He saved us. You know what I mean? So, and I appreciate it. He just all this really just happened. So I'm going to give you, this ain't in particular order, but the first thing I'm going to say is my favorite place to eat in San Diego. The Crack Shack, right? So the Crack Shack is my favorite place to eat in San Diego, period, man. Them chicken sandwiches, boom. And it's funny that we do this at this time because in a couple more episodes, I'm going to have an episode either on my podcast or somebody else's, I'm going to have a conversation about health and healthy eating and staying in shape. And I'm going to holler at you about that too, you know, as we go through, because I saw like an older picture of you, real slim. It was like some Navy picture you took for something real slim. And I'm going to ask you how you stay in shape. Okay. But so Crack Shack is my favorite. I'm actually mad because we ain't been in San Diego for a while and I'm seeing new sandwiches, bro. Like,
oh, yeah.
I'm mad, bro.
Crack Shack is straight. Crack Shack good.
Yeah, I'm seeing new menu items. Bow-legged barbecue.
Shout out to Bow-legged.
Yeah, Bow-legged on my list, man. Tacos El Gordo's on my list.
Yeah.
Tacos El Gordo is probably the one for everybody to make sure that's on your list, right? Cravery for cookies. It's a cookie spot out there called Cravery.
Yep.
It's a good spot. Baked Bear is on my list. That's the ice cream
Get the ice cream with the cookies. Yeah,
That's
most definitely.
the ice cream set. Dirty Birds on the wings, man.
Dirty Birds for the wings.
Yeah. It's a certain joint too, though. It's like a certain, is it on College? It's a certain Dirty Birds. That's it. Breakfast Republic. It's a certain Breakfast Republic. But they got some good spots.
I just reviewed them the other day. Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
A spot that used to be my spot, but they switched it up in North Park, Streetcar Merchants, man. Streetcar Merchants, they used to have
the chicken and waffles. Chicken and waffles. They had the collard greens.
So they still all right? They still straight?
They shut down now.
Yeah, that's what I figured,
Yeah, they gone.
The Great Maple in Hillcrest, that's one of my spots.
Go there for the brunch, most definitely.
Do I got good spots so far?
There's some good spots right there.
Okay, yeah. Crazy Burger in North Park used to be one of my spots.
Crazy Burger.
Yeah.
It's still there?
And Hash House of Go-Go, man. Hash House of Go-Go. Yeah, big ass plates, big ass chicken and waffles.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to name the Mr. A's or the Juniper Ivies, like the high-end spots. I'm more so talking about like spots you could get a quick bite. So these are the places I could think about. It's probably mad other places. Corner store Mexican spots I used to get food from, but Crack Shack number one for me, and Great Maple pretty high too. So they the spots I could think of off top, and I can't not say the salt and pepper wing spot that everybody in San Diego get their salt and pepper wings from.
That's a few of them.
Yeah, so I can't not say that.
Raw Mandarin.
That one, yeah, right there, bro. Yeah. The Duty Day spot.
Duty Day spot.
100. Let me get 100.
Let me get 100 piece with the lumpia.
Yep. Yeah. So that's me right there, man. They my San Diego spots. There's probably more, but they the spots I could think about right now.
Yeah. You can't go wrong with Raw Mandarin. If you want the salt and pepper chicken wings, there's another spot called Imperial Palace that I think is better than Raw Mandarin. Definitely.
Oh, for real?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Smackin. It's another spot
We used
called.
to eat them till we got sick, bro.
Oh,
We eat them on a duty day. They get cold. They cold. We still eating them.
Cold.
We got sick, bro.
Yeah, cold.
Every watch, you go back on watch and shit, they still sitting in there.
Oh, yeah.
in Central, you grabbing them still.
Oh yeah, because you know Central got all the Filipinos down there.
Yeah.
All the Filipinos, yeah. Hey, quick little story about Filipinos. So, you know, being from St. Louis, I don't know nothing about nothing. You know, ain't no diversity or anything going on in St. Louis. You either black or you white. So first ship I get there, I didn't know what the fuck a Filipino was. You know, I thought they all was Mexican because they all had Mexican last names. Lopez, Alvarado, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I never knew what the fuck a Filipino was until I got into the Navy, man. Straight up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And they the bros. And
They the
I love
bros.
lumpia. I love lumpia at every heritage event.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Asian Pacific Islander. Hey, bro, what you bringing? Hey, bro, I'm gonna bring lumpia, man.
Yep.
Black History Month. Hey, bro, what you bringing? Hey, bro, I'm gonna bring that lumpia.
Bring
Christmas.
that lumpia.
Hey, bro, I'm bringing lumpia. All right, just let's do it, man.
And the pancit. I need that pancit too.
Yeah, the pancit, the lumpia. Yeah, bro. Every event we had. My man, my old top snipe, he used to have that shit every event.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
I like, don't stop, baby.
Yeah, most people don't know that lumpia is really just lumpia and pancit. It's just a celebration meal, you know. So you're really only supposed to bring those two dishes out during like some form of a celebration.
Yeah, they be having at the retirement.
Yep.
All that shit.
Yeah. But sometimes I just want that.
Bro.
I just want that shit on a random Sunday. I don't give a fuck.
Right, I put that order in, bro. Like, yo, bring lumpia.
Yeah, bring that lumpia.
Yeah, my bros, some of my bros, we had beef. I didn't talk about it on our pod a couple times, but some of the bros, my Filipino bros, we had problems because they had the rice cookers, man. I was at EM. Yeah, they used to try to violate. And they would want to have real smoke with me over the
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, yo, this, you know, it's in the instruction.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The bros got real smoke with me over
Yeah.
rice cooker.
Hey, that right. Hey, them rice cookers on the ship is serious business.
They
You gotta
crash
have it.
out over the rice cooker.
They gonna crash
Right?
out over that motherfucking rice cooker. See, especially on deployment, we need that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they try to change the rules. They try to loosen the rules on deployment. Like, yo, it's for morale, bro.
Yeah.
But deployment was over. Because somebody recently asked me, I talked about it recently. Somebody's like, well, did you eat? I'm like, yeah, I fucking ate. Yeah, I did, yo. But y'all sold it to me that it was for deployment. Deployment was over. We started doing random underways. They stopped breaking out the rice cooker still. I'm like, yo, this ain't, we not supposed to use this, man.
It's in their own duty day. It's there for the duty day.
Bro,
Eating good on
we
duty
had
day.
we had the waffle maker. It's people eating waffles and rice.
Yeah.
As an EM, I'm just sitting there like, bro. So what happened was, you know, we get off deployment and I go on first palm or something. I come back, you know, ain't nobody there for second palm. Something happened. I think I go back on leave for something like a merge. I come back, bro, and the rice cooker's out, the waffle maker's out. I'm like, yo, y'all said this was only a deployment thing, bro.
Yeah.
It had to be like, bro, like it had to be like chat, like meetings with me, bro, like conversations, like, yo, we need to talk to you,
it's
bro.
a boat
Agreements, deals. Like, these dudes got mad at me, bro. I'm like, yo, it's my program, man. Like, yo, I love y'all. Yo, these dudes, I ain't even fronting, man. I love these dudes, man. It cracked me up to this day, but I was mad, bro. I was angry, bro. Steaming hot about this shit.
Yeah.
And I used to know because it's my program. So even though some of these dudes like had more rank than me and more time than me, they knew it was my program. So they knew they was going to disrespect the program.
What you had, electrical safety?
Yeah, I was an EM. So they know they going to disrespect the program, but they want to do it as nice as they can, man.
Yeah.
So like they be, you know, they know that I'm mad about it and shit.
Yeah.
They try to like sneak. They used to have, I'm telling you, bro, meetings like, yo, we need to talk to you, Damo. We need to extend this for another 2 weeks. Man.
Yeah. That motherfucking extension lasts your whole time on that shit.
Bro, I went to go talk to shout out to my CMC too. I went to go talk to the captain about it, man. And when I went to go talk to the captain, the CMC was with the captain and he had smoke, bro. Like he was like, what's up? Like, yo, man, y'all got this rice cooker? I'm about to go talk to the captain about it. You know, he wound up getting to the captain before me. Like, I already told him.
Yeah. The captain probably said, hey, just go ahead and keep it.
They had an ice cream machine up there. The war room, they had an ice cream machine they wasn't supposed to have, man. So it wasn't really. They had waffle maker. I talked to my Electro one day, man. I think we joked about it on a pod. I'm like, yo, I'm getting tired of these waffle makers. He was like, yo, we got them too.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man, I can laugh about it now. I can laugh since I had a rate conversion. I can laugh about it now. Yeah, man. So back to you though. Back to you. So what's your favorite type of food to eat?
I love all food. Yeah. But if I'm gonna have to choose, I'm gonna have to choose Chinese food. I love Chinese food, man. I grew up on Chinese food. So in St. Louis, what taco shops are here in San Diego, that's what Chinese food is in St. Louis. It's a Chinaman. We call them Chinamans. It's a Chinaman on every single corner in St. Louis, man. So I fucking live and die by Chinese food. I also love seafood too. If I could eat crab legs and lobster and shrimp and crawfish every day, I'd do that shit too.
Yeah. Hey, for the listeners, that's what they call them in St. Louis, man. They call them stores Chinamans.
Hey, Chinaman.
Yeah, that ain't nothing offensive, y'all. That's what they call it in St. Louis.
Oh yeah, nothing offensive, man. Hey, Chinaman's got the good food. Go in there and get your half box of pork fried rice with some crab ragoon, and you good.
Yeah. Yeah, we got Chinese stores on like every corner where I grew up at.
Yeah.
Like, if it ain't a Chinese store, it's a church.
Oh yeah. So we got Chinese, we got a Chinaman, a liquor store, or a church, or a daycare.
Yeah. About the same, man. About the same, man. You know, I'm familiar with those neighborhoods. I can get around in those neighborhoods.
We can navigate them streets.
I was telling somebody at my job from Memphis where I was at when I went to Memphis. And then she's like, you was over there? I was like, yeah, I was cool. I was at home, man. I knew exactly where I needed to go. And I knew where I was. I knew how I needed to get up out of there, how I needed to carry myself when I was up in there. You know?
Just mind your business.
Yeah. So you said you do Taco Tuesdays, right?
Yeah, I do a taco shop every Tuesday in San Diego. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you cook?
Oh yeah, I cook. Man, I can cook my ass up.
So is it starting to get to the point where some of these restaurants know who you are?
Oh yeah, definitely. Some of the restaurants, they definitely see the videos. They definitely reaching out, saying, "Hey, would you mind coming here, trying this or trying that?" So they definitely starting to reach out, and they want that video. They want that Sir Lunchtime stamp on them. Yeah, most definitely.
That's what's up. Now, when you eat this, right? So let me get an example.
Mm-hmm.
It was this dude who was doing like food. You know, he was doing food reviews. And McDonald's, they had a restaurant called Cosmics, right? They had a little experimental restaurant called Cosmics where they would have like smoothies and different menu items. And this dude was like, hey, I'm about to order everything from Cosmics and eat it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yo, this dude about to have a long day, a longer night. Shit. But I think he just took like 2 bites of each thing. And he did it through a period of time, probably like 5 hours he was eating this.
Yeah.
Right? Do you eat the whole thing when you eat?
Sometimes, if I'm really hungry, I will. I'll sit there in the car. I got me a little table that I attach to my steering wheel. I'll put it right there and I go to town. But more times than not, I just take a few bites, just so I can get a good taste for what it is. And majority of the time with my leftovers, because San Diego got a lot of homeless, so I give a lot of my leftover food to the homeless.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
You got AC in your car, man?
Yeah, I got AC, but I just got that shit fixed like 2 months ago because that motherfucker went out. So I was doing reviews in the car, sacrificed for about 2.5 months in the heat, hot.
But the food was staying warm.
Yeah, the food was staying warm. My ass was hot, sweating. I was having to do takes in between to wipe my face. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't sweating on the camera and shit like that. So yeah.
Only people without AC in their car ask people if they got AC in their car. That's not a question. I don't got AC. You know what I mean? It ain't no joke, bro. Some of these days without AC, man. Ain't no joke, man.
Hot.
I'm going on 2 summers, bro. And the crazy thing is I can fix it. Like I could get it fixed. My mom always be giving me hell about it. Like, why don't you just get your AC?
Yeah.
Yo, man, wait till they fix my BAH, man. When they fix my BAH, I'm gonna get that AC, man. You know what I mean? So you in there, you eating food in the car. Sometimes you sweating. You said you do more than one take.
Yeah, I do more than one take in the car. Yeah.
So what's the infrastructure? Like, what's your infrastructure with this? What's your build out? You got a cell phone, car? Is it just you?
Yes, it's just me. It's just me, my cell phone, and my Challenger, man. And that's it. That's it. That's all I do. Then a lot of the times, or most of the restaurants, they don't even know I'm coming. I just go in there because I patronize all the restaurants. I go in there, I pay just like a paying customer because I want the real experience for what it is. So I don't want anything special or anything like that. So I go in there, I get it, and then I try it. And majority of the time, that shit is good. Yeah, but the infrastructure, just me, an imagination, a little bit of swag, some fun, a table, and my phone, and that's it.
Yeah, and then do you only review the food or do you review the service too?
I just review the food.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Me, customer service, it's whatever. I really don't care about the customer service because, just give me the food. Yeah, just give me the food.
Yeah, where we grew up, if you go to the Jamaican spot and they got good customer service, you probably shouldn't eat there.
It's trash. Yeah. It's gonna be trash. Yeah, most definitely.
You probably shouldn't eat there. Man.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go there, you review the food, you boom, boom, boom. So what haven't you tried yet that you want to try, or what haven't you done yet that you want to do?
I want to do some crazy type of foods, like in the Mexican community. They got tongue. So I want to try some of that cow tongue.
Oh, cow tongue? I had that, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's a few Puerto Rican spots out here that I haven't tried that I think got some really good food. Salvadorian, I haven't really touched the tip of the iceberg with Salvadorian food. But for the most part, I've tried some really good spots. I've tried almost everything out here in San Diego. It's just that there's different variations of it.
What's your favorite area?
My favorite area, I would have to say, would be North Park.
North Park, baby.
or Hillcrest.
Hillcrest.
Yeah.
They're like right around the corner, right?
Yeah,
North Park and Hillcrest.
Yeah, they right there. They border one another. Yeah, so North Park is throwing out the food, good food too, and Hillcrest too.
Yeah. You drink?
Yeah, I drink. Yeah,
They got good drinks in here.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So like I was saying, bro, like I recently made like a lifestyle change where I don't eat as much, as I used to, as far as like fried foods or foods with like high sodium. Yeah. I haven't really drank in a while either. How do you stay healthy?
So me, it's kind of crazy because, I just got back from medical like a couple of days ago, but leading up to that, I would say for about 2 months, my blood pressure been high as hell. Okay. So I got tested, and so I got high blood pressure and high cholesterol. You know what I'm saying? Which is.
Can I laugh? Is it?
Yeah, no, go ahead. No, I'm laughing. I'm laughing at that shit too. You know what I'm saying? Because 5 days I run 2.5 miles 5 days a week. 4 days a week, I do 300 push-ups in the garage. You know what I'm saying? Like I take my supplements, I take multivitamin, fish oil, I take probiotics. So I do all of that. So I don't get fat. I don't get big or nothing like that. I'm in pretty good shape, but that goddamn high cholesterol and blood pressure scaring the fuck out of me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and it's from the food, right?
It has to be from the food. It got to. But the thing about the food is, I don't really eat all of it. You know what I'm saying? So for them, when I fast, I fast. I do intermittent fasting. Okay. So I don't. My window to eat is between noon and 8, and I don't eat again after 8 p.m. until noon the next day. So it just blows my mind. So I think that this goes back to my family history of not knowing it. I think high blood pressure and high cholesterol runs in my family. I just think it's in my blood.
So I was dealing with high blood pressure recently, right? Not nothing else though, like not cholesterol or nothing like that, high blood pressure. And damn, I just found out I got sleep apnea too, right?
I got that shit too.
We could probably talk about that right now, actually. I found out I have high blood pressure, and I'm talking to like some other chiefs in my mess. I'm like, man, yeah, high blood pressure. And they like, oh yeah, my shit. The one dude like, man, I don't even want to get my shit checked. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, bro. And then the other dude like, what my man say, he was like, yeah, my shit been high for so I'm like, oh shit, so this like normal for us? Like we just all got high blood pressure? Like,
Yeah.
And they all did. You know what I mean? And then I went to go for the sleep apnea. And I got sleep apnea, and I've been making fun of people on CPAPs forever on this podcast. Now it's like, and I'm like, I feel like the lady off Soul Food, man. Like, I'm gonna be resistant. Like, I ain't get my leg cut off. I'm gonna be resistant, bro. Like, I don't want no CPAP, but I'll probably get it for a little bit, and then kind of, I said, I'm gonna work my way out of that, man. I ain't about to be in that forever. You know what I mean? That ain't no diss to nobody with CPAP. I just don't want to lose my breath 44 times in an hour every time I, go to sleep. That's a lot, bro. And now I've been telling Chiefs, right? So young sellers, when Chiefs likes to go through the Chiefs season, sometimes they ask us for advice, right? That's all I'm gonna say about that. But I've been telling them when I'm giving them advice to take care of yourself, bro. That's like my New Testament. I haven't gotten there on the pod yet to have that conversation. I want to have it, but that's like my new testimony, bro. Is like, take care of yourself. Like, you don't have to be the textbook fat chief or the textbook, and I ain't saying fat chief is a textbook, but you don't have to be the textbook coffee in hand chief, right? Caffeine intake. I don't drink caffeine at all, right? You don't have to be the go home, not enough time to do nothing but grab a beer, fall asleep. You don't got to be none of those things, right? None of those characteristics. So I'll be telling them, right, man, when I first got to the mess, a master chief told me, right? And we always pay attention to all the other advice, right? Like, you get out what you put in and like all that shit. The master chief said, yo, don't eat too much up in this motherfucker.
Yeah,
I was like, don't eat too much up in here.
I agree with that.
You know what I mean? Watch what you eat, right? It's a lot more freedom than on a regular mess text, right? You could go eat, you could grab what you want, you could do what you want, right? It's a lot more freedom. And then when you working like this, the way I'm working, bro, like I would be going home. I'd be on my way home. I grab a hot dog from 7-Eleven, on the way home. Ain't nothing healthy about a hot dog, bro. Yeah. Especially a big bite from 7-Eleven, man. That's just reckless, man. The big bite is reckless, man.
What they calling it now? The glizzy? The
glizzy, dog. It's reckless, man. You know what I mean? Off the rotisserie, been sitting there for the last 6 hours, bro. You know what I mean? One time I even grabbed one of those things that look like chicken on the outside. Man, I took one bite of that. I can't do this.
Oh, no, man. So
getting a bait.
I really think that for us as Black men, we got these things in us already anyway. Like we're just preordained to some of these things like high blood pressure and high cholesterol. But I think that some of the things that we eat is right in sync with our mental stability, So I think our mental mind state is also a big thing. And I think a lot of us eat because we just going through some shit and it just makes us comfortable,
Yeah. And then you just fall into that. Like, bro, I can't lie, man. I can't remember the last time I had a drink. You know what I mean? And I ain't even like trying to not drink. I just can't. Maybe like one time, I don't know, my dad came to visit. I don't know. I just can't remember the last time I even had a drink. Yeah. You know what I mean? I think me and my wife were celebrating Father's Day or something like that. Like, how long ago was Father's Day? That was a while ago.
About 3 months ago.
Yeah, that's it. Maybe another time, but that's it. Like I just, it ain't a desire. Now there was weeks where I would go. If we had like a family party, I wasn't the type that kept the bar full after that. Like some people know how to keep their bar full, but I would like throughout the week, man, I'm gonna grab me a drink, before I pass out. Throughout the week, I'd just grab a little drink or something like that. And then it's like I'm drinking that with, I ain't drinking it straight, so I'm mixing it with like some
soda, some juice, some sugary shit.
Yeah, some sugary shit, right? And that ain't, and none of that. And that's like a whole lot of years of that. You know what I mean? And some dude was telling me, man, when I was going through what I was going through with my health, I was in a car with this dude. And he was like, I'm giving up the whole damn episode, bad. But I'm in a car with this dude. And he was 57. And he said he chilled out like when he was like 51 or something like that, or 40 something. But he was like, man, I had all the drinks. He was like, I had them all. It ain't nothing new. He was like, I had all the fried chicken.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing new.
That's true.
You know, because he was saying he was telling his friend that because he was looking at him. He was just looking at his friend and he was like, yo, you look like something about to happen to you.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, you look like, you know, so yeah, so that's been me, man. So like, because I was looking at your channel, man, I'm like, damn, man. It's so, I'm looking at it and I'm like liking what I see. Then I'm like, damn, I didn't stop. Like, you know, I just earlier, I just had some smoked wings and some watermelon. And that's the first time I had smoked wings in a while. But I know I'm learning my superfoods, you know, yogurt and
acai.
Like, all that shit. Like all them superfoods, man. I'm trying to eat all that stuff more and whether I like it or not. So I've been doing a lot better with all that. But that stuff come with, you know, would you ever get into like doing like, and you probably already did it, you know, but would you ever get into like like a no meat Monday type situation on your page or doing like vegan?
Oh yeah, so I've definitely done a lot of vegan options. Yeah, so I definitely get into the vegan. And every once in a while, I probably do like every 2 weeks, I do something I call a ladder approach. In which it'll be like I go to like a smoothie shop and I get a nice smoothie with an acai bowl or some type of fruit bowl, you know. So I definitely provide those options out there as well because I'm big on health and physical and mental because I believe that your mental health affects your physical health. You know, so if there's a way that you can combine those two to just become a better overall person, I'm 100% on board for that, and I support that 100%.
Yeah, bro. Hey, they on the same street, bro. Physical and mental health is dictated by, you eat the wrong shit, you're going to have nightmares, bro. I mean, and that's, you eat the wrong shit, you're going to, I mean, let me talk about myself. If I put the wrong shit in my body, my dreams be affected by that. You know what I mean? Certain shit. So, especially like back in the day when it used to be them energy drinks. I remember having energy drinks and having like nightmares. Like
monsters.
Like, damn, I got a nightmare off of this shit.
Yeah.
You know? So what's your future plans with your page and what you do?
So future wise, I just want to take it as far as I can do it, you know, because right now I'm really just having fun with it. You know, I love the interaction that I get from the people. And then just being out here in San Diego, like I've been out here in San Diego basically since I was 18 years old, you know, so I feel like San Diego kind of in a way adopted me a little bit, you know, so just being able to give back to the city, you know, show some of the good spots that they got going on out here. And I kind of found my why in it just a little bit because I get, at first it was just for the food reviews, you know, I was just having fun with it. But then, you know, I started getting DMs from people that say, for example, you know, I had a guy hit me up and say, hey man, the cupcake shop you went to the other day, they catered my wedding, you know, so it was good to see you do that, you know. Or I had somebody else say, hey, you know, my moms and pops met at this, the Mexican taco shop that you went to the other day, and they've been together since 1970. So, you know, just giving people that little bit of nostalgia or, you know, some type of happy feeling, you know. So, you know, I kind of like that.
Yeah, like the connection.
Yeah, right? Most definitely. I love the connection that it gives me, you know, because it opens up doors for me to speak to people that otherwise I would never speak to any other time, you know. So I definitely appreciate that the doors that is opening for me.
Yeah, and you've been in for like 21, right?
Yeah, I've been in for 21. Yeah.
How long you plan to stay in?
Just 23. That's it.
Shit. So this your last duty station?
This is my last one. I'm gone after this.
Oh man, I was about to get into like, if you go on deployment, you're gonna go to different countries.
Oh yeah, nah. I just got into the food game too late, but I definitely plan on traveling, going to different places. Because last year I went to Australia, and I did some food reviews over there in Australia. Good food over there too, really amazing food. So yeah, I definitely want to travel to different cities, different countries, and try some of the food and post those reviews as well.
So in the States, right? For food, right? What's your dream destination for food in the States?
I would like to go down to Miami and try some of that food down there because I know they got it. I know they got all different types. See, I want to go to the cities that's all about diversity, so I know they're going to have good food. Seattle, I would love to travel around Seattle and try some of the food out there. Honolulu, of course, we all know Hawaii got the good food, you know. So yeah, definitely Hawaii, Seattle, and Miami for me. I
had them Cubano in Miami that damn near changed my life, bro.
Man,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you ain't say New Orleans though.
So I've been to New Orleans. And it was okay. No, nothing against New Orleans, you know, but It was okay. I just say it was okay. You know.
Damn, bro, that's like my dream.
But if I left something out, I want to go to Baltimore because I heard Baltimore got it for the seafood.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's up here, man.
Yeah,
If you come up the way, let me know. Hit me up. You come up the way,
definitely. Man. I heard Baltimore got it for all the crab, blue crab, Dungeness crab. Yeah, I need to hit Baltimore up.
Yeah, Baltimore is down the way a little bit, but I'm up here by National Harbor, Maryland area.
Okay.
We hold our own up here with the crab cake and all that. You know, we hold our own. And then Damon up by Seattle, Damon in Washington State. So
okay.
I mean, we gotta get you over to some of these places, man.
And Philly, I want to get to Philly too, so I could try a real cheesesteak. I ain't never had no real authentic cheesesteak from Philly. I ain't never been to Philly. You know, I definitely want to try that. And I want to run. I want to run up the Rocky Stairs too. You know.
Just don't eat the cheesesteak first, man. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
Philly is great, man. It's a good food. It's a good food city. It ain't, you know, cheesesteaks is what they are, but man, since they started gentrifying. Man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they got it, huh? They got it.
Philly got it. You know, anywhere that's gentrified got the good spots, man.
Yeah.
Like, oh, y'all gentrify? I could get a pumpernickel cookie.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go get it, baby. And they got the avocado toast on that.
And you know, I want to go to Philly just to do the You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. It's good up here. It's good up here. I miss San Diego. I can't wait to get back down there. If I do, man, I might have to DM you. I might have to hit you up. Like, hey,
hit me up.
Here.
Yeah.
I got
a lot of hidden gems.
Yeah. Hey, so what's up after the Navy?
After the Navy, I plan on moving to Vegas. It's
just a lot of food spots out there.
A lot of food spots out there in Vegas, you know. Yeah. So my plans definitely move to Vegas. It's just cheaper, no state taxes. I'm all about that, you know. There's a lot of people from California, they moving to Vegas or Arizona and places like that because it's just cheaper, you know. So once I retire, I want all my money. I want it all. I earned it. I want every last dime of
it. You got family, like immediate wife, kids?
Yeah. I got that. Yeah. I got wife, 3 kids. Well, I got 2 kids here in the house, step kids, and I got 3 boys of my own.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they ready for you to get out?
Oh yeah, they been ready. Ready to go. Especially wifey. Yeah, she been ready about that.
Yeah. Okay, man. Hey, so my last question I got is this. How does what you do outside of work impact work?
Oh, if anything, it doesn't impact work. It impacts work in a positive way. Because I'm being able to do something that I love on the side, you know, which takes my mind away from work. You know, that's my release. You know, so when I get to work, you know, it's like, okay, cool. I'm here for my time. Let's do it. Just do what we got to do. Support it 100%. And then I can go do my love and my passion, you know. So it definitely doesn't have any negative effects on work. If anything, it's a positive because I'm coming to work. I'm happy. You know, I'm more energetic. You know, I'm talking to everybody, you know, and then I give people at work something to talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, people ask me, hey, what's for lunch today? Like I get that every day at work. Hey, what we have? What's for lunch today? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, so it's definitely bringing some good morale to the workplace and things like that. At lunch, you know, people ask me, hey, where can I go? Is this good? Have you tried this? Have you tried that? So if anything, it's had a real positive effect at work.
Yeah, and that's how what I do is a little bit. The first thing is it keep me honest, right? It keep me honest. I can't sit here and say some of the stuff I say and not kind of speak truth to power and not kind of represent, you know, what I'm saying. That's the first part. The second part, that what it does, and I think what you do might do the same thing for me. It strips away the barriers that, like, for me, it strips away the barriers a lot of sellers might have with the chain of command aspect. And I mean the ones who listen to the pod, right? So I could tell the difference between, like, if somebody didn't listen at first, then they start listening because then they approach me different. Like I'm not what they thought I would have been before they knew who I was, right? Because they listen to the pod and they like, oh no, this dude is a real dude. He talk about somebody was recently saying like, yo, I was listening to a pod and y'all talk like what y'all was thinking about some stuff is the same thing I was thinking about stuff. I'm like, yeah, that's why we started.
Yeah.
You know, that's why we started. So y'all can see that we all think alike. It's not, it's not a difference.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
definitely.
So yeah, I think that's what kind of, changed it for me. It's a lot of topics. I think some listeners, I'm looking at my topic list. It's a lot of topics I think some listeners want us to talk about, like Caitlin Clark, right? And the Rookie of the Year thing, me and Damon had a little debate about. I'm gonna be straight with y'all. I was wrong. I'm gonna say that now, and then we could get into it later whenever David come up. It shouldn't be an ad in front of this episode for the listeners because I think I finally removed ads, and then the rest of this stuff I'm gonna talk about when Damon come. I will say this though, especially since I'm talking to you. I think we need to protect lunches in the Navy. I think they should be protected, especially on shore duty.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Protect lunches 100%. We need that. It's important. It's more important than breakfast. Because a lot of people, everybody know. Some people don't wake up in time for breakfast, but you need that lunch. By the time lunch rolled around, everybody ready to eat.
Yeah, let's stop having meetings at lunch.
Yeah,
stop
definitely.
Having meetings at lunch.
Yeah.
Man, it's one more thing. It's one more thing in here that I just had, bro. Like, man, fuck. Nope, I don't see it. But yeah, protect the lunches, man.
Yeah, protect the lunches.
We got one more week of the season. If you're a Chief Select, good luck. Have fun. Have a great week. Knock it out. If you're a Chief, hey, that's what the hard work, all the prep, everything, all the planning. Some of y'all, all the lack of planning and prep. Some of y'all need to tighten up out there. You know what I mean? But this what all that work came. I actually thought about what it was that I wanted to talk about. It's about when the selects got to give training, right? Based off something a SME told them, right? And the SME fucked up. The SME was wrong, man.
Shooting from the hip.
And you the SME in there, you the SME chief in there, while the selects giving a training and all the chiefs sitting in there like, yo, who told y'all that? You up in that joint. You up in that joint just looking. And that will get you in trouble. And that happened to me like on my last ship. I wasn't the SME, but it was a training session.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, yo, they was like, yeah, we just go talk to the Simio about that. I'm like, yo, who told y'all that?
Yeah, definitely.
They pointed at the chief. Then I looked at the chief. It's like now I'm in a bind because it's like, I gotta say he was wrong.
Oh yeah.
Yo, no, that ain't right. That ain't the right information. They like, man, we thought we did the right thing, man. We talked to a chief, man.
Yeah.
He was wrong.
I agree 100%, man. Them SMEs, they be short from the hip sometimes too. They be wrong. Because they never found out the real information. They never sat down and went through find the real instruction or directives or anything like that. So they still shooting from the hip.
Shit. Yeah. I had to talk to him after, yo, when you told him that, did you just say some shit? Like where'd that come from, bro? No, I'm just saying, that's how they would do it. I'm like, well, that ain't what they just gave us training on, bro. Yep. They just told us that's how you do it, man. You gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's it, man. That shit is crazy. Hey, bro. Hey, thanks for, again, man, this was a last minute link up, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for sitting with me. Good luck on whatever you do. If you ever come out this way, the DC, the DMV area, let me know. If you ever go out to Philly, I'm interested in that too. So I can kind of tell you where you should get your cheesesteak from. And some other places you should go to, man.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Hey man, I appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate y'all letting me on y'all platform. Again, good luck to y'all and everything that y'all doing. Y'all got something good right here, letting the junior sailors know and be informed of everything that's going on. So I really appreciate y'all platform that y'all got going on, and good luck to y'all too, man.
Hey, before you go, last thing, where can they find you at?
Hey, you can find me at Instagram at Sir Lunchtime. Definitely follow me.
Yes.
Show me some love.